It's about 8 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, April 12th, 2023. This is the results of the morning move. I don't see the bull calves anywhere. They could be anywhere in the rest of my pasture, but the sheep are fine. The sheep are staying close. It's a beautiful sunny morning. It's about, it says 50 degrees outside, but it feels like 60 at least, if not 65, especially with the sun shining so bright. You can see some of that morning haze still left over. The wet air reflecting the light. Looks like those two cows are playing with each other. Acting like bulls. The grass here is fantastic and wonderful. This is my poorest row. We're in the fifth cell now of, let's see, yeah, this is the fifth move, or fourth move, fifth cell in this row. And this fourth row is probably my worst row in the entire pasture. So if things are pretty decent here, that means things are fantastic and wonderful everywhere else. Still no lambs. I'm questioning my ewes' ability to do their job and my ram's ability to do his job. She definitely has a bag on her. She's definitely pregnant and getting close. The smaller one, not so much. Let's go see if we can see some bull calves. I just did a cursory look. I didn't really look for them. There's nowhere they could really go. I think there's one down there. Let me see if I can zoom in on that. Let's see. No, I can't really zoom in. I have enhanced steadiness turned on to keep the picture more steady, and it won't let me zoom in past a certain point. Oh well. Yeah, I think I see one of them. Sometimes the dogs come out here and they run towards a spot and start sniffing. They did that this morning. And I looked and there's nothing there. So they probably just smelled something. That was interesting. Anyway, I did count all my cows. I have all my cows. 25. And the 4 rams makes 29 altogether. What is this one complaining about? There's tons of dew. The ground is damp here. We're supposed to get some rain on Friday, a little storm or something. I don't know how much rain we'll get. But the ground here is kind of dry. Starting to crack in some places. So the average rainfall for this area is supposed to be 36 inches a year. That means 3 inches of rain average per month. And that means 3/4 of an inch per week, more or less. And of course that rain isn't spread out. It tends to come in clumps. So one month we'll get a bunch of rain, another month we won't get any. But the drought that we had for the past 2 years, if you're from the western United States, you'd probably laugh at us for calling it a drought. We got significantly less rainfall than normal. I think it was like 10 or 12 inches for the entire year, which oddly enough is about the average rainfall for Seattle, Washington. So let me zoom out a little bit. But for us, that's devastating. And we're expecting to get constant rain throughout the year. We're expecting to get, spring growth and summer growth and autumn growth and even some winter growth in this climate. And when the rain doesn't come like we anticipate, it causes severe issues with our plants and our stocking densities. Because if I stock this many cows for this acreage in like Idaho or something like that, then we would have run out of grass a long time ago, and my cows would all be dead. So we kind of need to know ahead of time how much rain's going to come in the year, so we can plan accordingly. Because if the rain doesn't come, we're way overstocked. The rain does come like it does. Typically the problem is there's too much rain. And the question isn't how do we preserve the rainwater, but how do we get rid of the rainwater? There's just too much, and our ground gets saturated and turns into mud. Oh, this is neat. There's a spider web right here. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, the question typically is, what do you do with all the rainwater? And so this spot of ground isn't a floodplain. But if there wasn't as much slope to the ground as there is, it would be a floodplain. And there are spots around me that are floodplains that get covered in water when it rains, making it unsuitable for anything but looking at. Like you can't even get equipment on that land because it's too wet. So anyway. This year, just looking at the history of how rain falls in this particular spot of ground in the world, it looks like after severe droughts, the rain will increase little by little each year over a 5 to 6 year period after the drought, and then we'll get a period where we get lots and lots of rain. And then after that, it's like somebody turns off the tap water and we get no rain at all for a while. And then it'll build up again slowly. So I don't expect a full 36 inches this year. I do expect at least 24. And I think we're well on track to meet that goal. Oh, that's runny manure. Oh, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. Yeah, I wish I had some hay. This year hay should be pretty easy to find. It shouldn't be so expensive. Yeah, I don't see the bull calves anywhere. Unless my eyesight is bad. Which is weird as I get older. I'm able to see distance better, like I'm nearsighted. But nowadays it's harder for me to read and write and look at computer screens, which I don't mind. I'd rather look at trees in the distance than computer screens anyway. So, yeah, it wasn't so long ago that I would only be able to look at scenes like this once or twice a year rather than twice a day. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Bye.